Yeah, we helped them make a beer because they have a
That is so cool.
yeah, they have a song called M Wong Beer,
Yeah,
and
M1 beer
yeah, and so
with
they
seven uppercuts.
yeah, exactly. And
Right.
so they were like, hey, let's do a little tie-in with like a beer and the music
Okay.
video, right? So
Recently. Okay.
yeah, recently. So
Huh.
yeah, like we helped them make an IPA, and
Right. That's a
it's
good
so
music video. They made a good music video there.
yeah, for sure, really funny, yeah. And
Yeah.
so yeah, like we helped them make a beer, and it sold really well. Like
No
this
way.
was just before like the
Shut down.
recent lockdowns or like the shutdowns. So I think the first
In
one, right?
between shutdowns.
Yeah, yeah, they all kind of blend in now. But
Yeah.
yeah, like it sold really well, and they're really happy, and we might keep it going. Like
Oh,
when everything calms down a little bit,
another
maybe
batch?
another batch of that, maybe a new beer. But yeah, like
That is so cool.
yeah,
They're awesome. He was such a nice guy. I just interviewed that guy, the guitarist guy, Quang.
yeah,
Yeah, he mentioned your name.
oh, cool.
Or he mentioned the company.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys did made beer like that. That is so cool.
Well, when I opened the bar, like I got in contact with someone who said he ran a white label brewery, and he said, hey, if you want to like slap a Northern Soul beer, onto
Okay.
my beer, like my white
Right.
label beer, you could sell it and call
Okay.
it like Northern Soul, whatever. I go, well, if you got all that equipment and contacts, like how about I give you a recipe and you can make a beer, and that will be the Northern Soul beer.
Right. Okay.
And so I contacted one of my buddies in Canada, who in Ontario, who runs he's like a head brewer of a Bose Brewery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you're from BC, then I know, and BC and Ontario have like totally different beers. And
Yeah, it's
I
so
had
far
this
away. It's
yeah, I
far.
had this conversation with this girl named Brianna who is from BC, and I would list off like Ontario craft beers. She wouldn't know any of it. She would
Ontario
list off
feels like another country.
she would list off BC beers, and I wouldn't know any of it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so he runs or is a head brewery of a pretty successful brewery there called Bose, and so
Okay.
we were shooting ideas back and forth, and we came up with a pilsner and an IPA. And
Okay.
so the pilsner now is kind of on hiatus because you can't really uh, sell that beer for too long. It doesn't have
You want it fresh.
yeah, a big shelf
Okay.
life, and with the lockdowns, I can't sell it, but the IPA
Okay.
still going.
Right. Okay. That's
Mhm.
cool. And so you guys are delivering beer now in Calais?
Yeah, well, it's
A
at the
little bit?
bottle shop, and it's at the
Okay.
fridge bar, and
Yeah.
so they do delivery, and so every so often they call me and say, hey, can you give us a batch? And so like I send it off to them, but
Right.
I don't know. I just maybe I haven't been advertising it enough, but
Yeah.
like I really did it
Crazy
so
times.
yeah, exactly. I did it so I would have beer to sell at my bar, and I bottle it, and I give it to certain people, but
Okay.
like I haven't done much to try to like implement the beer into Hanoi society, I guess.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
That's cool.
Soon,
And
like yeah.
you
Uh,
guys work with Maddie's Pies now,
Yeah, Maddie's yeah, like
serving them
just
at the
before
restaurant.
just before the last lockdown, I had a conversation with Maddie's Pies, and yeah, like we
That's
sell
cool.
them we sell them at the bar when the bar was open, and
Right.
like we're kind of like a hub for selling the pies in the old quarter.
Okay.
So
If anybody
whenever
needs a pie, you go there.
yeah, exactly. Or like yeah,
Cool.
like you would call Maddie's Pies, and you would say, hey, can I get like like 12 frozen pies? And
Oh,
if
wow.
their order was we were the closest in the old quarter, we would be the ones to send it out.
Okay, sweet.
But we haven't really had much time to implement that since the last lockdown.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy times. When do you think we're going to open up again?
When we get the go ahead, but I
Yeah.
think we're all kind of like listening to the news every so often and seeing how it's going. But if
HRC seems like they're trying to open up a little bit.
yeah, like well, the thing about opening is that it's not always a blessing, right?
Yeah.
So like we get the go ahead that we can open, but that means we pay like the staff, we pay the
Mhm.
electricity, and and it takes a little bit of time before like people start coming out, and
Right.
then luckily our supply is not as bad as like some restaurants, right? Like like restaurants, they would have to like buy all these ingredients,
Yeah.
and then you know,
Who knows how long you're gonna open for?
and then fifth lockdown, and then
Yeah.
they're stuck with all that food that they have to like throw away.
Crazy
So
time.
it's not always like a blessing that we can open.
Yeah. Who's your hockey team?
Like
Wedding?
I love the Winnipeg Jets, man.
Oh, you're a Jets guy?
Yeah.
They got a great team. They've done well.
hmm
Yeah.
like me growing up in Toronto, like like having a little bit of pride, I could say Toronto Maple Leafs, but I don't know,
They
they're
were so
terrible.
bad for so long. People don't understand they were so bad for so long. Like
Mhm.
decades of just
Yeah.
mediocrity.
Even to the point where people got angry at them.
Oh yeah.
Like
Bags on the heads. They invented the bag on the head. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. We should listen to your first song.
Okay.
So this song was written by a committee. Was it written by a committee?
A committee of 5, yeah.
Okay, well that counts. And this is your band, Hostage Life. Yeah. Okay, let's listen to that. Okay, and I'll